ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the continuation of Group Stage Taiko World Cup 2021. I am at vv940400116, and today, Megamizer and I are going to be commentating the very exciting matchup today. Megamizer, how are you doing today?
I'm pretty good. Just woke up. Haven't had any breakfast or... But yeah, I'm good.
Who needs breakfast when you have France versus New Zealand?
Yeah, we got all our PWC food here.
I had my dinner right before this, so this is all good. We're excited and ready to go to see these two teams clash.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm a mango. I can photosynthesize off the stream. Sorry, that was awful. Anyway.
No, I was trying to remember what photosynthesis. No, I was trying to remember what photosynthesis meant.
All right, France, New Zealand, right? So we've seen these two teams before on stream, actually. France having played against China in an earlier match, and New Zealand in the first match of the stream against Italy. I'm thinking that this match is looking pretty favored in France's favor, to be honest. New Zealand has, for starters, they only have 4 out of 5 players, so already that's a bit rough.
Especially when you look at some of the more challenging picks that require either extensive preparation or a specific skill set. Having fewer players can affect your team's performance. And we've seen it with other 3-man teams like Costa Rica, who had the ban like Nomad 4 to get around Gimmick. And it might handicap New Zealand's ability of having one less player.
Yeah, having one less player means you're more open to, there are more chinks in your armor. Yeah.
Well, we're going straight away with the rolls, and Atomic rolls 75 for France. New Zealand only rolling a 9, which is unfortunate. Sparks having a huge fall from grace, considering the last roll he had was a 98. So, bit unfortunate for Sparks, but that's how it is in the roll life. So New Zealand will be banning first. So New Zealand will be following the footsteps of some other teams and banning Nomad 4, a Parasite, likely using the ban to get around the preparation that would be required for that map.
Yeah, I guess people just really don't want to leave it up to chance. Just get rid of it and rely on more traditional skill elements.
Yeah. And Energy Tricks will be banned by France.
Oh my god, is that the first ban on FM2? Because that map, I don't think has ever been banned before.
That's debatable.
That is the first ban on FM2.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, it's never been banned before. The anti-mod that is inexplicably super popular. Wow.
It's just been banned. And Nomad 2 will be the first pick by Team France, which is going to be End of a Dream. Two-minute, 20-second song. Star rating of 6.4 with OD of 6.5 and a very comfortable 212 BPM. Definitely more mainstream or traditional in terms of the elements being tested.
Well, both teams are coming in having played matches earlier this weekend, so they're somewhat aware of each other's strengths and weaknesses. In fact, New Zealand did actually play this in the one of their earlier matches, and I think they struggled a little bit on it when playing against it. Although that being said, they were playing against Italy, so.
Italy have been very strong thus far in the group stage. Dominance may be continuing in the future, but will there be a dominance by Team France? Will New Zealand put up a much stronger fight than what they did before? That remains to be seen. And it looks like Atomic and Ikoro will be playing for Team France. New Zealand currently has Sparks and Blue Jay lining up.
It's the same lineup as when they last played the map. Sparks was able to get a pretty good score on this, but Blue Jay found a few tricky bits.
We will see. Here we go. Good luck to the players. This first map, this best of 9 matchup.
Atomic finding a few earlier act drops.
Those act drops looking to be short-lived, as Blue Jay picks up a couple of 100s early on and getting a combo break off the back, which is going to give France an early lead to start with. Sparks and Ikoro and Atomic doing fairly well right out the gate. All three of those players above 99%. As Blue Jay looks to recover accuracy and pick up some pace, keep up with the rest of the lobby, which is currently giving France a 40,000 lead right out the gate. But Blue Jay picks up another miss right before the next section of the song.
Yeah, it just seems like the map is a bit too tricky, especially with his rolling playstyle, which would certainly make this map a bit of a hassle to play.
Can confirm, it does make it a bit more of a hassle. But Atomic...
Oh, but Atomic's gonna find a miss of his own.
Yeah, but he does make a really fast recovery, keeping his accuracy above 98.5%. And even with Atomic's break, France will still be in a very convincing lead, as they now have over 125,000 points and rising. As France is on the path to getting a dominant first point, and unfortunately Sparks misses on the slow section, in the slowdown, which is going to add only more pain to the Team New Zealand.
Well, that being said, it is France's pick, so it's not all bad news. They can retaliate later with one of their own.
Because as it is with all tournaments, the name of the game is winning your own picks. And France has very convincingly done so right off the bat. Largely carried by Ikoro's, I believe, only full combo in the song, getting 8 100s and a 100 finisher. With a nice 99.6% accuracy to go with it.
9 100s actually, but yeah. Still very impressive accuracy.
And next closest player is Sparks, who had 13 100s and 2 misses. But a pretty high combo to go with it. Unfortunately, not enough to get New Zealand close to France. Now, New Zealand will be first to pick, as France has set the bar, and New Zealand now needs to match it with a pick of their own. And now, you sit around and wait for New Zealand to make their next pick. And Sparks has revealed that they're going to be picking Nomad 1, Anomaly, mapped by Mazzari.
It's not an entirely bad choice, actually. Both New Zealand players were able to get over 900k in their previous match. And I'm sure they're only going to improve from there. It's a pretty solid score, given the range of scores we've seen on this map over this weekend.
And even amongst top teams, some players would have normally expected to do well, had found some small difficulties in some tricky sections of the song. And it's possible that France could be in that position, which may give New Zealand chances. But we will see. as this map does require a lot of muscle control to maintain high accuracy and very strong precision.
Yes, you gotta flex those abs. You gotta tense your muscles as you approach the anomaly.
And you gotta tense it with exact precision. Here we go as the song builds up to the very first, I guess, tricky section. All four players.
No one misses on the slowdown, so that's pretty good.
It's good stuff for all the players, but France does have an early accuracy lead. A very small one at that, but a lead nonetheless.
Yeah, looks like Blue Jays trailing behind Atomic by about 2%, and Sparks behind eCoral by about 0.5%. But it's still early days, so anything can happen.
And there's still a lot of sections left that can challenge the players' combos. Oh, and speaking of which, Sparks is the first player to drop a combo right at the 400 mark too, which is going to be very punishing combo-wise.
Ooh, Blue Jay will find a miss on the cat burst. Things aren't looking too hot for New Zealand.
Yeah, France looking very solid, up 70,000 points. Both players at 98%. Cannot ask for much of a better start. So, good performance. And now players are going to be speeding up to the more faster sections of the song in terms of reading. But both players in New Zealand suffering a huge drop in accuracy in the slowdown.
Yeah, I think it's sealed. Their fate is sealed. France already have amassed a 150k score lead. I don't think there's any chance of recovery from that.
That is true, but the question is, will both players in Team France finish with a full combo as they attempt to not choke the ending and ruin their full combos? There's a couple of 1-6 coming up at the end here. But both players smoothly hit the finish from Team France, and they will finish the map almost 200,000 points up. Strong showing by both players from Team France, as Atomic gets 39 100s and Koto gets 23 100s, being the only player scoring 99% accuracy.
Yeah, New Zealand's performance wasn't bad. It's just France was very dominant on this. Actually, double FC on Anomaly is a bit of a rarity, I would say. We've seen many teams trip up, but France here just showing that, they're a formidable adversary.
And now France up at breakpoint. They're off to a good 2-0 start. They're looking to get the third point on the board, try to establish dominance in terms of the map lead. They still have a wide range of maps in the pool available to them, as all mod pools remain open. So far, they've steered away from Hidden Hard Rock or Double Dome. Personally, I would expect France to go with a free mod pick. Either Nostalgic Logic or Rise Again. I believe would do very well for them. But Atomic proved me wrong, as he opts for Libertas, best song in the pool.
Ooh, I'm sure you've just made a lot of people angry.
I mean, I've already made the whole lot of people angry by banning it against Taiwan, so... yeah. But Libertas, definitely the more trickier Hard Rock map to read, as it has a lot of varying SV changes and tech patterns to go with it. I believe France is kind of keeping in line with No Mod 1, as there are some similarities in map structure between the two. And also throw in the extra difficulty of a higher OD requirement that comes along with Hard Rock. And France is confident that they'll take the third point.
I feel like France is just sticking with the harder maps in the pool to basically, I mean, their skill level, like their average skill level, is at a higher level. So they can really use that to their advantage by picking maps that the other team can't keep up with.
Yeah, that's a fair call. And certainly would be a good decision. It's done well for them thus far, but will that continue? We will see. As Hard Rock 1 gets underway.
Our featured artist, DJ Client. You love to see it. And back to Zek now.
You love to you love to hear it. That a quote. With our advertisement out the way, you see Blue Jay picked up a miss right off the bat in the first SV speed up. Some sections do get quite faster. France enjoying a nice accuracy lead early on. And now they're going to be enjoying combo as Sparks and Blue Jay both break.
Yeah, we can see both French players holding on to solid accuracy, especially Yikaro. Look at that accuracy, only 1/100 so far. Meanwhile, both New Zealand players hovering considerably
Nakara halfway into the song, he's done very well to get a good start on the board, and it's helping France get a very strong lead out the gate. Will that continue in the second half? Nakara is looking to do that. Atomic himself doing fairly well until I pointed that out, and then Atomic picked up the combo break. Which is rather unfortunate for France, but they do have such a huge buffer, it should not affect things too much. Now the only person left in the full combo is none other than Akaro. Who's dropped accuracy, but he's still above 99%. Sparks in on the other hand, getting very high combo. Just helping his team a little bit, however, not enough to overcome the very huge deficit that they have. And France will take the third point without much contest. Zakora dominates the lobby with 10/100s. And now, New Zealand down 3 points. They're down 1 break point already. They don't want to be down 2 break points. Be stuck in a position where they have to pull back from a 4-0. So New Zealand has quite a pick to decide from here. They have Lilith. The very fast 270 BPM No Mod song. Both hiddens are in play. Consistency Hard Rock pick might not be the best decision given that they just lost some Hard Rock themselves. Both DTs are still in play, and 2 free mods are also still available. But what does New Zealand go with here? Sparks realizing that it's New Zealand's turn to pick. Enjoyed a quick coffee break before the pressure of the situation dawns upon him to pick Nyx. And it looks like
Choo. They picked the Choo 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 map.
Choo Choo. Like, you mean as in like the train? Like Choo Choo Train?
No, never mind. You'll see when the song plays later. They
Oh wow. I see what you mean. But well,
this is a really popular song.
It has been
a popular pick. Yeah.
I would say out of all the
Did you hear it? Choo Choo Choo.
No. I was too busy talking about hard rock. Oh no. Okay, now this is at the start of the song. If I listen to it again carefully, I might hear it. But a little bit about the map itself before we get started. This is a fairly consistent hard rock pick. Has a very high OD requirement of 9.1. Definitely accuracy based and definitely very long. But here we go. Now I gotta wait patiently just to hear the choo choo. We have to sit around and wait for it as the introduction.
It's about 30 seconds in.
Oh, okay. That's all good.
But yeah, we have Arlie playing actually for New Zealand, so it's a bit of a roster swap.
France has stayed consistent with their lineups.
Did you hear it?
I think. Look, I listened to this like 20 times. If I would have heard it, I would have heard it by now. That's why I'm so confused.
It's okay.
I do apologize. But what France is not apologizing is for having two full combos. They both get to over 400 in terms of combo. Looking solid for the first KI time. Atomic's accuracy could be a bit higher, but 97.5 is still somewhat solid. The opening parts of the song. Arlie, I believe the only player finding misses consistently. Sparks himself has missed once, but he's making up for it with 99% accuracy, which is actually beating Atomic in terms of individual matchup. So most of the deficit's coming from the varying difference between Akora and Ali. So Sparks continues to battle Akora. Everlasting quest to get higher accuracy. All four players are going to be going to this section of the song, which is incredibly more dense. Not by a significant margin, but certainly enough to catch players off guard. Although it's only caught Arlie off guard as Arlie continues to pick up the occasional miss here and there, falling to a B rank range from 93%.
Yeah, 200 HR can be tricky for those who aren't, fully accustomed to reading such a high scroll speed.
Yeah, certainly does have its challenges. And France recognizing that, exploiting it very well, but Akora is going to be losing his full combo.
All eyes on Sparks now.
Actually, all spies should be on Atomic to see whether or not he finished with a full combo. But will Sparks actually beat Akora in the individual matchup? Because they both have missed once and they both have very similar accuracy. Actually, both of them could be quite close, although I think Akora should still come out ahead because of combo points. And I think that actually is the case. Yeah, Sparks, despite having the higher combo, having a lower accuracy, which has contributed to him losing against Akora by about 5,000 points. Atomic doing very well against Ali, giving France more lead, and they quickly pick Lilith.
Yeah, that was really quick.
That was quick. Atomic.
Maybe they're looking to seal the match right here and now.
Yeah, will that happen? They're fairly confident that they can do it. They've done well thus far, but they still gotta take it home. So, for those who don't know, Lilith has a map. It's No Month 3, which is the fastest map in the pool, at 270 BPM. It has a lot of 270 bursts, even if about half the song is relatively easy to hit. It can still be quite a challenge for a lot of players who are not familiar with bursting at such a high pace, and the KI times are definitely punishing in terms of endurance and stamina required at this stage of the tournament. It has an OD of 6.5, which is not the tightest, but not the widest in terms of accuracy requirements.
Yeah, this map actually, like, we were surprised at how teams performed on this. Maybe it's a bit harder than we intended. But
I could say that about the whole map pool itself. But, yeah, certainly has been quite a step up from the last year's speed pick. Was there a speed pick plan? I don't remember.
There was DT1. It was Twinkle Wonderland. It was about
I remember.
It was a third the length.
A third of the length.
But 10 BPM faster. Or 12.
And a much higher OD as well. Oh, because of double time effects. Anyways, with the introduction out the way, Carter and Spox, the only two players still in the double S. As Gintoki and Blue Jay are the only players to pick up misses, but Blue Jay has come out much worse in the opening. Currently at 90%, and is looking to bring that up as fast as possible. Spox misses on the note right before the slider might have caught him off guard. His double S is gone and it's dropped to 97, which is a considerable drop for build up here.
Yeah, France is really brutal with their picks. They're really targeting New Zealand's weaknesses here.
Yeah. The players have done pretty well in this first KI time. Arguably one of the more difficult sections of the song. Even though there's a lot of 3 patterns that you need to hit, mixed in with finishes too. But all the players actually holding quite solid, getting their accuracies back up, or trying to take it to the next level for others. But Gintoki will be the first to miss.
Blue Jay will trade that opportunity away though.
Unfortunate. But it was a relatively quick recovery for Blue Jay. Blue Jay will be staying at around 93%. But Spox having difficulty reading the slow section, but his miss is traded off with Gintoki.
The slow essay is pretty brutal if you're not used to reading that kind of scroll velocity. Meanwhile, Ikoro here reaching the 1000 combo mark with over 99.6% accuracy.
And he is the only player left out of the 4 who are sitting on a very nice full combo. And a very dominant accuracy to go with it. It's helping to give them a 180,000 score lead. Very dominant. Car showing that he has very strong skills, is competent for this pool. New Zealand, both players picking up a series of misses, effectively eliminating their chances of any sort of comeback here, as you're not closing a 250,000 deficit this late in the match. And ladies and gentlemen, France is going to be winning this match 5-0 in a fairly fast, dominant sweep.
Yeah, New Zealand was just outnumbered and outgunned.
Yep. Story for a good number of teams. And New Zealand they're different in this case. But they showed up and they've done the best that they can. So
that is GG. I love some good sportsmanship.
Exactly. No matter how strong or weak you may be against your opponent, showing good sportsmanship is very important at the end of the day. Helps give.
That's the important thing is to have a good time, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it helps to give, I guess, a good spirit for the tournament as a whole. At least. That's just my take, though. But congratulations to France on winning. I believe they're also out of matches. I don't think that.
Yeah.
I believe that France has finished all their matches, and I think that they finished third in their group.
That remains to be seen because New Zealand hasn't played all their matches, and of course, given that China was able to beat France and France was able to beat New Zealand, we can probably see where that's going to go. But it's never over until it's over, right?
Yeah, exactly. And chain logic isn't always the solution at the end of the day, but things are looking very favorable for China as they have to play against New Zealand. And I believe if China wins, they will be finishing second in their group, which would upset the pick'ems a little bit. But
still remains to be decided, actually, because China and Italy have yet to play. So
I stand corrected. But
see, group stage is such a volatile time.
it is.
There are 48 matches that you have to keep track of. Which matches have happened? Which matches haven't happened? Each country needs to play against 3 other teams. All right?
Yeah. And which set of 6 matches is paired up with who, and how many have already been played, and are the teams finalized yet? Because in some circumstances they may be finalized beforehand, or does it come down to the very last match of the group? It's complicated and it's a little bit tricky to keep up. So certainly a challenge for us all.
It's a place where anything can happen.
Exactly. And looking ahead to the next hour, we have 3 matches that will be going on. We will have Singapore and Vietnam, which will be the broadcasted match. As both of those teams get a bit of spotlight on the OSO Live channel. Playing alongside them will be China and New Zealand, as we discussed earlier. And I'll have to leave and play against Austria. So
yeah, good luck for that match. You got 27 minutes to prepare.
Yes, 27 minutes to prepare when I haven't played anything all day today.
Well, we thank you greatly for your commitment to the caster booth. Your help is greatly appreciated. So, anyway, go get him.
Yeah, I will. Anyways, I do want to wrap things up here. If you did enjoy the stream, press the follow button. That way you do know when OSO Live is going live with all the matches. I am B43210 and Mangmizer. If you have anything else to say it now. Forever hold your peace as we sign off for a half-an-hour break.
See you guys in 25 minutes.
See you in 25. Take care. I'll be heading off.
Boo.
Yes, that's my name.
Welcome back to the Yoast Taiko World Cup 2021 group stage. Yeah, that was a horrible joke. Anyway.
That didn't last too long. I thought you were going to go with it.
Well, it's okay. Anyway, we're back. Yeah, so I'm Mangamizer, joined with Mr. Boo.
Hello, hello.
How are you doing today?
You know, I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm pretty good. So yeah, we're diving right into the Singapore-Vietnam match. We've actually seen both these teams play earlier this weekend, although I do believe this is Singapore's first appearance on stream, because the US-Singapore match was not live, as I understand.
Yeah.
Or was it? I wasn't awake during then.
No, we didn't get a chance to view the United States and Singapore match. We were able to view United States and Vietnam. That happened just shortly after. But yeah, this should be the first time that we see Singapore live. And I mean, looking at the list of players on Singapore, they do seem like a pretty strong team. I know Tsechi is actually a very strong underranked player. Along with AWDSC22, I mean, Blararg is a
SS machine.
Yeah. Prehistoria as well, very good with mods. So yeah, very, very strong team coming from Singapore.
Yeah, I was actually really surprised that they lost to the US 5-0, but actually looking at the scoreline, all the matches were super close.
Very, very close, yeah.
Some of them being 2,000 or 3,000 points difference, I think.
Yeah, I think, was it the first 4 or first 5 points of that match all being within 10,000 of each other?
Yeah.
It was very, very close. But
right.
I
Rolls
guess
are in.
Yeah, so Singapore to ban first since Vietnam won the rolls, and it looks like Singapore did ban DT2 Shijo Shuji Ad Truck, the Hololiver song. So apologies for any Hololive or VTuber fans. And then we've got Vietnam banning Reincarnation Hidden 2, which kind of understandable.
Singapore's got a really solid hidden lineup.
Yeah.
Tsechi and Blararg. But yeah, Vietnam's gonna dive right in and go for Nomad 3 Lilith.
But Nomad 3 seems, for the skill set that I'm used to seeing by these two players, could this potentially be Vietnam trying to get one of their problem picks out of the way? I wasn't able to see how Vietnam performed on the Nomads, but the way Vietnam performed on the free mods earlier, they did have a little bit of a struggle on more technical mapping. Now, Lilith is kind of straightforward as long as you can play 270 BPM, but
yeah, Vietnam didn't actually do too good on Lilith. In an earlier match with Netherlands yesterday, they had a total team score of around just under 1.7 million. So 850k average, which I don't think is. I think Singapore is going to do a lot better than that.
Yeah.
But we'll just have to see. Maybe they think it's just a really good song.
That's true. They could just be here to vibe.
Yeah, play for enjoyment.
Absolutely.
I mean, staring down a team like Singapore, Right. So there really aren't many options.
Right, and I think as long as Vietnam can hold their head high and like treat their time in the TWC with just good spirits, I think no matter what happens for them in this tournament, I think they're winners.
This is their first appearance in TWC, if I recall correctly. Could be wrong on that though. Something else to know is that their lineup this time is completely different to the one they had yesterday. So
yeah, I am familiar with Buns, but Sarah Soul I think is someone who I haven't seen play yet.
Ooh, they seem to be struggling a bit with the fast sections. Their HP tanking.
Yeah, and the accuracy is definitely something to be shown as well. 89 and 86% respectively from both players on Vietnam. Now Blarard with a drop to his full combo there. He's doing pretty solid at 99% going past the halfway point. Getting through the last third of the song. Through these finishers here, Blarard makes another unfortunate mistake right into the last Ki section. Now Prehistoria, I believe I just saw missing, as well as Sarah Soul. Buns again picking up another miss. Now Prehistoria is doing pretty okay with that 97%, and I believe it's only 3 or 4 misses. But Blarard, on the other hand, is pretty darn solid. I think I've only seen one mistake from him outside of a couple of accuracy drops sprinkled in throughout the map.
Ooh, I'm really hoping Bunsy can pass. I think that's just about enough.
Yeah, that looks like it's above that halfway mark. And it does look like a pass for Bunsy.
Yeah, unfortunate that Sarasol wasn't quite able to get enough HP to make it all the way through to the end. But that looks like a solid first point for Singapore, a break point. But
yeah, having that match start off with a break point for Singapore, but again, oh wow. I think this is the first time that I have seen Nomad 4 being played, at least from what I was able to watch.
It's been banned twice as much as it has been picked. The stats are not looking too favorable, and Wolf is silently crying inside.
But
couple fun things about this map. While we have the time to talk about it, during this is quite funny. This is a very funny story. So the BPM of this map is 0 to infinity because of all the gimmicks present, right? And I noticed one participant was trying to make a practice diff of this by using a BPM changer, because the average BPM is 126, right? But they were trying to use a BPM changer to lower the BPM to create a practice diff at 0.7 rate or something, so they could learn the patterns that way and then ramp it up. But they couldn't because it was infinity BPM and 0 BPM. They couldn't actually lower the BPM of the song. So then the map just crashed when they booted it. It was actually hilarious. I thought that's really funny. It's the gimmick that you can't practice on.
You just have to practice it through, I don't know, listening to it in the editor at 75. But I guess at that point you don't really see the gimmicks happening live. It's rough. But yeah, it looks like we're heading off with our second pick being Nomad 4 from Singapore. We're seeing a roster change from Singapore. AWD SE22 filling in for Prehistoria. A little bit of some early act struggles from both players in Vietnam as they try and find their groove there. Both
Barag with the ghost tapping. He's really jamming to the beat.
Absolutely. And holding the double S as a result so far, even through that varying SV finisher section there. This is honestly my kind of gimmick map. The slow SV, varying SV finishers. If you asked me, this definitely would be my priority to play.
Looking over at the Vietnam side, they're playing everything but the gimmick.
Now, would that be impressive in and of itself if Vietnam was able to get like some form of a double S without playing any gimmick note?
I mean, if you take into account of note locking, then I'm sure. But yeah, Singapore is gonna really... Oh my god, what is that team score? Only 100 between the two players.
Yeah,
Barag
with the double S.
And, well, it remains to be seen. He might not finish the spinner. Ooh, we didn't actually get to see the results screen on that one. Gotta consult the MP link to see what happened.
I mean, it really did look like a 1-100 play just from AWDSE, and I think that 1-100 was really close to the end.
Yeah, there's it was 1-100.
And Re-End of a Dream gets picked by Vietnam.
Good song, good map.
Yeah, no, I've seen the song, at least the song itself, in quite a few community tournaments. There's one in particular that used the long version of the song from a different map set. So it's been going around, but this one in particular, I wasn't too familiar with until I've seen it in the TWC showcase, the in-can map set at least.
According to Incan himself, the other diff, the top diff, is apparently more interesting.
So yeah, I think this particular map for Singapore is just going to be a test of how consistently low they can get their UR on these relatively simple patterning.
You know, Vietnam's actually doing pretty good right out the gate. No drops so far.
Yeah, and I mean, like...
Oh, I spoke too soon.
I was just about to mention Sarasol being above 99% AC there before that unfortunate... It looks like a misread. Ooh, both players note locking pretty heavily on that longer pattern.
What is Gerard doing?
He's just doing them.
This isn't Groove Coaster. You don't get extra points for hitting notes that aren't visible.
I think to them, they just want the ad-lib.
Yeah, the ad-lib score bonus. Style points. Gerard wins in our hearts. And in the match. with a double S, rocking the crazy double S.
Now, getting into the last third of the song, Sarasol, unfortunately, with a little bit of a drop there again. AWDSE had the 1-100 play, but I think that was 2 more 100s getting picked up from them. So right now, Blurarg holding the double S still on the board, but AWDSE with, I believe, a 3 100 play so far is a pretty impressive team score as we get into the last quarter of the map. Alright, here it is, the longest patterning with the trickiest section, some 1-6 into 1-4, ending on 1-3. And with that, there's only an outro. Blurarg could hold the double S here. And there it is with a 3 100 play from Team Singapore. A double S coming from Blurarg as well. Buns able to pass the map, but unfortunately for Sarasol, with those note locks on those longer patterning, just wasn't able to keep a high enough HP bar. But immediately into Nomad 1, Singapore picks.
Good choice. In terms of song, that is.
Very good song from a very good artist.
You know, here's what I don't understand. You see Singapore with such dominant accuracies and performances. It makes you wonder what on earth was US doing to beat them 5-0. Like, Singapore's performance is crazy today.
You know, when we did the showcase, I didn't have audio, so I wasn't able to to listen.
Is this your first time listening to the song?
No, because this was picked in some of the other matches that I did commentate, but that being the first exposure to the song with the map together, it made a lot more sense, those sort of sporadic snapping between all of these notes. But the chart looks amazingly fun.
Can I just say it's very aesthetically pleasing that the circle fits perfectly the bottom of the screen and the play field. It just fits right in there.
It's like things that fit perfectly.
Is there a subreddit for that?
I thought so. I know there's like videos of like things that perfectly fit into each other, or like ultra satisfying things or something like that. But all players unable to hold double S through the intro, which makes quite a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think we have yet to see any double S's on this map. This one's definitely probably the trickiest one to get a double S on.
Absolutely, and I mean, with all of these different snappings at OD6, it is quite a challenge to be holding really good consistent act, and especially with how sporadic the beginning is, it's hard to sort of find that initial groove as the map starts with no, I guess, prior warm-up to the song itself. The ad-libbing from Blurarg, though. Kind of making their own chart as we play through, get through this first half of the song. I believe Blurarg is still on a 2-100 play. Sechi, who was just subbed in for AWDSC 22 and is now playing for this tech pick, also doing quite a good job holding above that 99% AC. Sarasol having and Blararg actually dropping along with Sarasol, returning it just shortly after, and Buns dropping as well into the last ki of the song.
What do you think Blararg says when he misses? Do you think he says, like, Blararg?
Like his own name?
Yeah, does he say his own name when he misses? I don't know.
You know, his name kind of sounds like a Murgle, or a Murloc. No, it's a Murgle from World of Warcraft. But yeah,
that's a pretty dominant lead. Singapore there, painting the entire field red.
And I mean, Sechi with the only one in the lobby to have a full combo. Blararg having a little bit of trouble there at the very end, picking up 10 misses. Buns again passing, and unfortunately we don't see the same for Sarasol.
Oh my god, look at the edge of that circle. It lines up perfectly with the results screen. Sorry. I don't know why I'm pointing out these really irrelevant things, but it is mildly satisfying. All right, without a moment to waste, looks like Vietnam is going to go for Equilibrium Rise Again.
Oh, nice. Bring out the nodders. Very good song. Both, like, Equilibrium is a really great metal artist. Kind of along the same sort of vein as Rhapsody. And, you know, this is just me very silently and subliminally suggesting that Rhapsody should definitely be in later pools, but would I say that Rise Again is my favorite song as a song in the pool? That's tough. I don't know what I would say. What do you think, Mango? What's your favorite song as a song? Like
in the pool, DT1.
DT1?
Well, actually, no. If you're saying barring the chart, then
yeah, barring the chart.
That's a good question. I'd say probably Anomaly.
Yeah, no, Anomaly is really good, and Noisia pretty much falls into my category for favorite kind of genre. So yeah, it would probably be Anomaly followed by Rise Again. If I had to actually rate them based off music alone. But yeah, we are off there. We're seeing the same mod spread between teams. I kind of half expected Singapore to go all out with mod decision, but
keep in mind that I don't think Singapore has played all of their matches yet. They still have one more to go, so they might not be so willing to show all their cards on the table yet.
That's very true. This could be sort of a... This could be kind of like a strategic decision coming from Singapore to see Blararg playing no mod. Very interesting, I would say. But AWDSE is going to be matching Buns Hidden now. Buns doing as best as they can to hold on through those longer patterns with Hidden, which can definitely be tough, especially like trying to keep up with that mental buffer. AWDSE, on the other hand, holding the double S with Blararg.
I've been told by chat it's actually pronounced Awat C22.
No. Okay. Wait, so I would see 22?
Apparently. I don't know if it's supposed to be a joke, but it was from Prehistoria, who's on the Singapore team, so I would assume they're not, I think it's important to get people's name pronunciations right.
No, absolutely, absolutely.
Awatsi. Yes, it's Awatsi, according to...
Awatsi.
Awatsi, yeah. 22.
Yeah. No, it's... And I would have never have guessed that. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, Singapore holding on to that double SS.
But yeah, I mean, Blurarg and Awatsi both holding the double S right now, doing a very impressive play. Buns. Now, do you think it's Buns or Bunzy?
Bunzy. Same logic as Hero K instead of Hero, because it's capital.
Yeah. Could just be symmetry. I mean, those hyphens there. But no, I trust it. It's probably Bunzy. Either way, really kind of struggling
This is a message to all the players in the tournament. If you do feel that we are mispronouncing your name on stream, feel free to let us know, and we will endeavor to correct that, because it's important we get that right.
Yeah. No, I mean, I changed my Osu username solely because commentators were never pronouncing it correctly, but you don't have to do that. Just reach out to us and let us know, and we will try and fix it as best as we can.
All right, and that concludes the match. Singapore will take the last point with a very solid score. Blurarg with the no mod double S. Awatsi 22 with 4 100s on hidden.
Wow. Sarasol is pronounced Sarasol. You're welcome.
Earlier in the match, we were talking about how there were 3 concurrent matches taking place at the same time. However, I do believe the only one remaining is Australia-Austria, I believe. That's the only one still going, and it's on match point.
Oh. Because, yeah, there was...
Oh, never mind. No, there's also China-New Zealand, which is also at match point. Yeah, this one was a really quick match.
Yeah, very smooth. Congratulations again to Singapore for very solid play. But it looks like we're going to be taking a look at the Australia versus Austria match that's happening right now. And it looks like Hidden 2 was picked.
Yeah, this was one of the maps that was banned in the match we just saw, no?
Yeah, no, this was banned by Vietnam in the match we just watched, but we're able to see it now as Australia faces off against Austria. I'm going to make so many mistakes about that. But yeah, here we see Zippy win and Tsubasa 2 going up against Mina Yo and Cupcake Lover.
Austria with the early accuracy lead, but this is just the beginning.
Yeah, there is quite a few elements of this chart coming up that will be testing all of the players.
Sebastian with an early drop, though.
Yeah, I mean... Oh, and Zippy win as well.
Oh, Cupcake Lover finds a big drop. His accuracy, but he does recover. Right, time for the SV overlaps.
Now, Tsubasa really has to get... Oh, Mina Yo there breaking kind of right at the 1/3 section, but Tsubasa breaking on the break.
Things are so close. Zippy really putting in the work for Australia.
Right now, yeah, with the highest AC in the lobby at 98%. As we get through the halfway point, Mina Yo breaks right before the Ki. Now on Score V2, that doesn't really matter, but Tsubasa there breaking. Zippy win still holding on strong there, but I don't think it's enough. We're going to have to see another miss from either Mina Yo or Cupcake Lover, or a pretty substantial AC drop on these varying SV finishers to see the point going back to Australia's favor.
Right, hopefully no one forgets what happens here. Cupcake Lover with app drops, is it? I don't think it's going to be enough, though.
I don't think so
I
either.
was really nervous there for a second, though, because it would have been super close. It would have been enough had he dropped like 2 or 3 more 100s.
Oh, come on, Tsubasa. Oh, okay, just waited a little bit, but still didn't hit it.
That was very close, actually. Zippy win with a huge carry there, but just not quite enough. If he didn't miss, it would have been enough. The score now is 4-2.
Yeah, wow, actually, if we saw Zippy win with even a 1 miss and that score being around 1,030,000, that may have even still been enough to make up for the score deficit that Tsubasa had.
Yeah, so just a quick recap on the match. Actually, did the score just reset to 0-0?
On stream, but it kind of happens.
Yeah. All right, so just a quick recap. Austria was first to picking HR2. And then it went over to... and then Australia picked Parasite. Then they played Rise again. Then they played Re-End of a Dream. Then they played Anomaly. And then, as we just saw, Reincarnation. And Austria was able to win on Anomaly, actually.
Oh.
So actually, they were down 4-0, but they've clawed 2 points back. Whether or not they can continue to do so is the real question here.
Is there potential for a reverse sweep tiebreaker match? That's definitely hype, I would say. But kind of looking here, it's... Who is it to pick now? It's Australia now, right? No, actually, it's Austria to pick. Australia was the ones who picked Hidden 2. So with Austria to pick, they do have that... They have that momentum from the 2 previous wins, as well as being able to pick their own song. They do decide to go with Free Mod 2, Energy Tricks. But, kind of just, so Australia does bring in Richie.
Probably their strongest player?
Yeah, and I feel like Richie could hard rock this very consistently. Would we see Richie with the hard rock, Tsubasa maybe with
Nomad, probably?
It would be Nomad, yeah. I'm just interested to see what we're going to see coming from Austria. Maybe a similar sort of mod spread, like either Cupcake Lover or Minayo with a single mod, the other having no mod. That would be, I think, the safest option, if that's what we're truly going to see coming from Australia.
Bit of a roster swap going on here, with Anime X Amara subbing in.
Ah. Okay, so... Oh. Wow.
Tsubasa going for
Really? Okay.
Apparently Tsubasa going for Hidden Hard Rock. He's going for this is the intimidation strat.
I suppose.
He's gonna flex on everyone.
I mean, if they're able to do it, all the power to you, but I mean, this is the shortest free mod. If I'm not... No, that's free mod 1, right? I think I did this last time. Yeah, I think free mod 1 is just shorter by about maybe 10-ish seconds.
Yeah, around there.
But still, 2 minutes and 16 seconds, that's not a lot of time if you do make a pretty significant break, which HDHR on a map like this can definitely lead to, so...
All right, we're about to dive right in.
Oh, wow.
Go, Tsubasa!
Let's see how this ends up for Tsubasa and Team Australia there with the very strong HDHR mod advantage. That's 2 entire mods up from Austria. To be 100% honest, like, they can afford quite a bit of mistakes against Austria. But with that early accuracy coming from Tsubasa, on the other hand, if that kind of accuracy gets held throughout the rest of the song, HDHR...
He's actually holding combo pretty good.
Absolutely, but I mean, if we see around that 90% AC mark at the end, I don't think it's gonna... I think it's gonna be far more than 120,000 points that separates Tsubasa from other players. Now, Minayo earlier broke.
Meanwhile, really... Richie over here, 99+% accuracy. Really putting in the work for Australia. Australia's gonna... Oh god, the lead is flipping back and forth with the accuracy drops. Tsubasa will find a draw.
Oh, that is definitely not what Australia needs right now.
Oh, actually, I just realized. I think I know what Australia is doing.
Yeah?
I'll talk more about it later, though. But yeah, I know what they're planning. They're just showing off. There's a good reason.
No, Tsubasa hitting that 1-8 section very well. Richie just picking up a couple of 100s. Now Tsubasa, of course, dropping. As I mentioned, that they were doing pretty well. And that final spinner seals the point over to Austria, bringing them up 4 Australia, 3 Austria.
Ooh, Austria are within striking distance of taking this to the tiebreaker.
Yeah, I mean, they won their point. It's now Australia to pick. If Austria can win this break point off of Australia, this would be tiebreaker. Now, I kind of thinking about it. I wonder if
Richie's literally saying we want to play the tiebreaker, and honestly, we haven't seen the tiebreaker on stream, have we?
I have not yet, but it has happened as far as I'm aware. I know that Mexico versus Colombia had a tiebreaker.
But that wasn't streamed, was it?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, that was the one UTC, the sort of twilight. Sort of really super early or late, depending on where you live and how you live. But yeah. And we've got Richie breaking the fourth wall there. Meanwhile, in other news, China will take their 5th point against New Zealand in the other match. Actually, it's surprisingly close, winning only by about 80,000 points, but China will take the win against New Zealand, and I think that guarantees them a spot in the elimination stage because they've won against France and New Zealand. That gives them 2 wins. So well done to China for making it through to the next stage.
Yes, congratulations. Oh, so yeah, real quick looking back over to the stream, I'm seeing Hard Rock 1, a bop of a song, and a pretty darn good Hard Rock chart as well. Let's see. Now, I mean, there was a little bit of at least chatter in the game chat about Richie really, really wanting to play the tiebreaker.
It's a good map.
So, whether this is Australia intentionally throwing or Austria's...
No, they're not throwing. It's all part of the script here. Those are 2 very different things, I should say. See, it's one thing to intentionally throw and show disrespect to the opponent, but it's another thing entirely if you have a script to follow.
Yes, that's correct. That's what's happening. Beat there with a couple of unfortunate mistakes. Cupcake Lover and Anime X Samara. Or is it Anime Zamara? Let me know.
What if it's Animex Amara?
That could, that is one of them as well. Yeah.
Annie Mexamera.
Anem Examera.
Ooh.
But yeah, I mean, we're seeing pretty solid act kind of all around. Is very similar. Tsubasa there with the lowest act of the lobby, dropping down to 90% there. Beat having a little bit of a struggle on that Ki section? No, this is the Ki section.
This is so ridiculously close.
I think closer than what Richie and others may be kind of intending right now, but oh, that's a pretty substantial lead that just happened from that huge drop on the 1-6 by both players from Austria.
There's not a lot of time left. Austria needs a miracle to claw it back. Will it happen? Oh my god, it happened! Oh my god, it happened! I wonder on how on earth did that happen? Austria with the miracle play there, really taking it back at the last second. Looks like we're going into tiebreaker.
That definitely wasn't a voice in the ear moment to Beat or Tsubasa there at the end. That was definitely very interesting.
Now, see, I actually have some concerns about the tiebreaker. The tiebreaker is actually really difficult.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm actually worried that we might see a couple fails on this, actually.
Yeah.
Potentially. But Rishi's going to give it his all on HR. But I worry for the other players.
And I mean, like, this tiebreaker is more than like a star rating higher than the average of the rest of this pool. And it is significantly difficult even for a 6.6 star.
You know what they could do? Morph could change the SR system to like nerf it, so that would make the map a lot easier.
Yeah,
he could submit a PR to GitHub right now, and then like change it into like 3 stars, and then everyone gets a double S on it. That's the real strat.
True, because that's exactly how it works.
But yeah, this is first time playing with Ruby on stream, map by Gohigi.
Very, very awesome song, but you know, kind of just, I guess I'm kind of just thinking about it, like, so we're seeing Morth, and I think Cupcake Lover subbing in for Austria versus Richie and Tsubasa, and I feel like Richie's going to be pulling out HR on this. So.
Oh, he definitely is.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, actually. I think it's nice, like, just as an aside, I think it's nice that both teams are having a lot of fun here. I do believe most of the matches have been played, so neither team is likely to qualify regardless of the outcome. This is sort of a battle for 3rd and 4th place. So.
Yeah, and I guess without stakes that are truly that, like, I guess, high in priority. Like, it's not like 3rd versus 2nd place and trying to assert dominance in sort of a BM way. This is more just a...
Yeah, with first and 2nd, it's for favorable seedings, and with 2nd and 3rd, it's to qualify. But I think all the other matches have been played, so this is a nice way to, a nice note to end on.
Right, to have fun as both players sort of wraps up their experience here with TWC, which, again, that's kind of like the goal. It's just to have fun. Alright, so it looks like we're about to start off here in the next 5-ish seconds. But yeah, here we're going. Oh! Are you seeing that with me?
Oh my god. Anime
That's-
Samura, the man with 1,000 names. He's going for HR. He's going head to head with Richie.
Wow. Okay.
The battle of the HRs. Meanwhile, Tsubasa and Minayo will be competing on a more regular SV. I should state that this map was specifically designed to be difficult on both mods.
Yeah, and I mean, it definitely showed when I was commentating Showcase with you earlier this week. It definitely looks like a map specifically designed to be anti-mod, and I mean, you can kind of see that, like, Anime
Like,
X Samurai.
if you put this map, like, you could easily fit this map into, like, semifinals HR or something.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, like, Anime Examiner having around an 85% getting through the first quarter of the map definitely just shows the difficulty of playing this map specifically with HR. HD has its own set of problems in different areas, but...
Dude, Richie is 1v2ing them. His total score is higher than Anime Examura and Minayo combined.
Yeah, oh. There comes the miss from Richie.
Oh, no one's playing hidden here, so we can't actually see the difficulty of this section.
Oh, that section is yucky on hidden, let me tell you. But yeah, I mean, even kind of looking at sort of this SR challenge, because this map, even no mod, is a rough challenge. And I mean, players.
All right, 280 HR. Who can play 280 something BPM HR? Apparently, Richie can manage. What a legend.
Yeah, Richie's act is dropping ever so slightly as the song does continue to truck along. It is 4 minutes and 13 seconds. But we're seeing more and more misses coming from Richie. I don't know if it's going to be enough. I mean, Anime X Amara at 70% now. On the 1-3 section here, a couple of mistakes.
Oh, that's my favorite part of the map. It's so satisfying.
Yeah.
All right, spinner gimmicks.
It's okay, guys.
Richie actually hit that.
It is kind of pretty intuitive, I would say. Like, that section isn't unsight readable. And if you talk to players like Raph, the notes were at least on the screen for 1 frame, therefore it is readable.
It's actually harder on HR because the spinner tick, there are more spinner ticks you need to hit on HR.
Oh, right.
So it's actually doubly difficult on HR. Yeah, but this is looking like a complete stomp in Australia Saber, showing none of the closeness in the previous few maps he played.
Yeah. To quote an up-and-coming taiko player.
That was a very unfortunate place to stop.
Oh, no.
I think it's because Austria had a double fail, so it stopped the stream. That's very unfortunate. But dude, carry on, go on. Oh, that's so satisfying. How did you finish?
It's just there. You see the last note of the song. It's that big old blue note. No, I was about to say, as a up-and-coming taiko player once said on a YouTube video, some 6 stars are more 6 stars than other 6 stars. And I think that was with 5 stars, but, you know, we're editing it a little bit here. And that is definitely more 6 star than a lot of 6 stars that I've seen.
Amazing. That was a intensely close match.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Congratulations.
Australia. Congratulations to Australia for placing third in the group, I believe.
And also for being able to play Tiebreaker live on stream, being the first group of players to do so.
But yeah, we hope to see these countries again next year. I think one of the teams still has a match to play, I think. I'm not sure which team though. Possibly Austria against Taiwan? Yeah, I think that's the last match.
Yes. No.
No?
Maybe?
Oh no, there's Taiwan and Germany as well. There's Austria and Taiwan and Germany. So Taiwan and Germany play.
Okay.
Taiwan Germany plays to figure out who comes first and second, and then Austria Taiwan, which will most likely go in Taiwan's favor.
Okay.
Although, if by some miracle Austria manages to defeat Taiwan, interesting, and Taiwan loses to Germany, actually, Australia could qualify, which is anyway. Group stage is wild. Group stage is a very volatile place.
Very true. All right, but I think we've got an hour until the next match, right? There's a pretty significant break between this one and the next one, so, or I guess pretty significant only being an hour. So I think that is all from us for the time being. Hopefully y'all can stick around for the next match that we'll be streaming, which is the Russian Federation facing off against the Philippines. I'll be back with another face. Mango will be taking a little bit of a break from this point.
Yeah, I gotta put the finishing touches for the map pool showcase, so I will be seeing you guys later in the afternoon. But definitely Russia versus... I'm drawing a blank here. Philippines will be a good match.
Absolutely. Hope to see you there. Again, I've been Mr. Boo, joined alongside Mango Miser, and we'll see you in a bit.